brother and sister are fighting a battle? Are you acting like your brother's keeper? Or are you sharing sentimental platitudes of prayer, only forget to do it later? Are you saying a simple prayer with no conviction or faith, Lord, help my friend, and then you move on with your day? For my parents or godparents, aunts and uncles, or those who are intimately connected with a child, if you found out your kid was being pushed around or tortured at school, whether it be another student or even a callous teacher, which is why I'm thankful for the good teachers that we have in this house that educate our children in the public school system. But if you found out that your child was being bullied by whoever, would you not stick up and fight for that child? My child's 1, and I'll be honest with you, I pray I don't see no little boy push him around, because I'm going to push that parent, and it ain't going to be pretty, and then I'll be calling the pastor's office being like, why are you laying hands on people? And I'm going to say, the Lord ain't through with me yet. But I'm just saying, when it comes to our children, we get very protective over them. But we have to understand that not everyone in this walk has matured in the faith. Just like a child doesn't know how to stand up for themselves in the correct manner. Jesus had 12 disciples. All of them grew up in the Jewish lifestyle. They went to synagogue their entire lives. They knew all the prayers and the customs. But Jesus still had to mature them in their prayers and their actions. How much more when we have our brothers and sisters who are new to this faith, who don't know the word well yet, and their prayer life is struggling. And they turn to us and they tell us what they're battling. But because we're hesitant to pray over some people, we give sympathetics, I'm sorry you're going through this, I'll keep you in prayer, but only to move on to our next chore. But the fact is, when you know who God is, what he has done for you, what he will do again, and what he can do for those who are connected with us, the message we need to tell them is simple. Don't sweat it. We got you. And when I say we, I mean God and me. Because I am the living personification of this faith. When they come to me, they can't physically see God Almighty. But who do they see? They see Wilcox. And they know if they come to me, I'm going to give them the word they need in that moment. And we are all called to pray for one another. Sometimes we get into this thing where we're like, oh, you need prayer? Let me call so-and-so. Let me call Minister Dawson. Let me call the pastor. I'm not always available. If you call me 6:30 on a Tuesday, chances are I'm cooking for the family. I'm sorry, but if you got a friend who needs prayer, pray for them. Right then and there. I don't care if it's in the room of their house or if you're seeing them randomly at a restaurant. Take the time right there and meet them at the point of their need. We are living epistles written before men, and I never want someone to say, I asked you for prayer and you didn't give it to me. So I have 3 points I want to give you today based on these 4 scriptures. Number 1, don't fight blinded. There are times that folk want prayer, and they rather leave the matter undisclosed. And I say that respectfully, and that between this house and other ministries I've worked in, I understand that sometimes what we're praying for and what we need God to show up in, we don't want everyone knowing our business. And I get it. But I'll be honest with you. If you come to me and you say, I just need prayer, and don't give me at least a kernel, something, my prayer is very generic. I can't fight with you if I don't know what I'm fighting. Because maybe what you're fighting, I may not be equipped to fight with you. I may pray with you, but maybe I need to tag somebody in. Maybe I need to be like Evangelist Word. I don't want to tell you who, but there's someone in the ministry, because I ain't going to put your business out like that. But there's someone in the ministry who is struggling with X, Y, and Z, and I know you fought that fight before. Just know I need you to fight this with me. I don't fight blinded. When I train martial arts, I'm not sparring with you if you put a blindfold over me. I'm going to end up with a fat lip and a busted eye, and then go to work in my professional environment and have to explain that. But just as much as I wouldn't do that in the natural, I don't want to fight a battle in the spirit and not know what I'm fighting. So I say that because while I know that God knows your heart, and he can still enter into your fight.